for the shade, can't stop my light. MCM fit the body up nice. All black men's making man look twice. Self-love, self-love. Dope, stay blessed, and I think up above. Your ear this, she thinks she the shit. Post, take a flick. Yes, I'm full of it.
All right. Hey, welcome to episode 2 of the Pro Mama podcast. I'm so excited today because I have a family friend. I'm so delighted to have her join the Pro Mama family. We're speaking today with Dr. Rhonia Brooks-Gordon, and she's going to delight you with all the things balancing career and motherhood because she's going to give you her Pro Mama stats. Whenever I think of people or moms with more than one, I'm like, hats off. But let's get into it. Brooks Gordon, start off with giving us your Pro Mama stats. How many children, and give us the ages.
Alrighty, so I am a proud mom of 3 boys. Noah, Miles, and Zane. They are 5, 3, and 1 years old.
Ooh, hats off. That takes energy. I am tired just listening to the age range. And I've also watched firsthand you raise these amazing boys. And listen, hats off to you all the way.
Thank you.
So give us a little bit of who you are and what you do.
Okay. As Felicia said, I'm Rhonia Brooks-Gordon. I'm a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist. I practice right here in New York City. I'm a born and bred Brooklynite, very proud to work and live in this amazing city, and also raise my children right here where I grew up. In terms of like my educational background, I went to Spelman College for undergraduate, the Ohio State University College of Medicine in the Midwest, and I trained back here at Northwell for obstetrics and gynecology. I've worked all over the city from NYU to Mount Sinai, now working for New York City H&H, so I've sort of been all over.
Amazing resume, period. Like all of that to say, it's a mouthful. I love when you listen to podcasts and the podcasters read off the bio, but I'm like, sometimes we have to remind ourselves, especially as moms, about our magic. So you being able to say all of that with a straight face like it's nothing, like, girl, that is all so very amazing. And it's so great that you're able to come back into the city that you were raised in and raise your family. Talking about your career and family planning, how far into your career did you start having a family?
I'm not sure if you all are familiar, but after medical school, you have to do residency in the specialty that you're training in. And my residency was 4 years. And I ended that residency the year that I turned 30. So in my mind, I was like, listen, we need to get going. We need to start having these babies. And so, to be honest, it really was the beginning of my career. When I started my first job at the illustrious NYU, I was pregnant the week that I started.
Okay.
Yes. And so I really just hit the ground running with, that mindset of I'm having a family, my life is changing, and my priorities and everything really is changing.
That's awesome to say you went into your career while you were starting your journey into motherhood. How did you advocate for yourself in that space, which high demands of the position and knowing what your needs would be or anticipating what your needs would be as a mom?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was sort of trial by fire. When my first son Noah was born, it was 2020, and yes, I had gotten COVID like at the end of my pregnancy, and so I really had to advocate for myself in that I needed to be on leave very early on, and I really had to make it clear to my employers, like, listen, my health is the number one priority. We all know the stats regarding Black maternal health. That's a whole nother conversation. And so I really was forced into just speaking up for myself and making it clear that my body, myself, and my family is the priority right now. Everything else is secondary.
That's so awesome to hear because a lot of mothers I hear from friends and family, colleagues, they just feel like they don't have a voice, or the workplace is not an environment that considers mothers' needs. We think about how in this country, how short our leave is compared to other countries. Just the culture of like not having children around, or the time we spend with our children, to know that, you have to really be proactive in advocating for self. Like, I give an example with me. I'm a single mom. So whenever I have a transition and like a supervisor or a change in that way, I make that known. I know I used to be ashamed to share that, but I let that be known because I want them to know on the onset that my first priority is being a mother. This
Yeah.
job, y'all can let me go at any time, but
Yeah.
the motherhood thing, it sticks with me. So I gotta give my all into that. Do I show up as an A+ employee? Absolutely. But I do go in with it. No, like, I have certain needs, and of course I will do what I need to do on the back end to like fill any gaps. But sometimes I have to leave a little bit early to pick up my kids. Sometimes I have to come in a little late, all those things. So I wanted to talk to you because you have a unique family dynamic professionally, because you and your husband are physicians. Let's talk about that. How do you guys manage? Like, what does handoff look like? Time management? Tell us a little bit about that.
It is a challenge. When we were young and in love and in medical school, we didn't really think about like how's life gonna look in the real world with two doctors in the household with children. We just knew that we wanted children, we wanted a big family. And so it really has been a learning process. So the steep learning curve with each child has brought, new challenges in terms of scheduling. And so for us, we have a lot of help and support. We have family help and we have hired help.
Yes.
And I considered all these people to be a part of our village. And so we've been fortunate and very blessed to have found some great nannies who have helped us and stepped in when one of us couldn't be there. Not too long ago, I was doing a lot of 24-hour shifts in the hospital and just being away. And my husband, who's a surgeon, he has a lot of late nights. And so we really needed reliable help with our kids. And so it's really sort of like a day to day process. We have calendars and we try to go through them every week to make sure we're on the same page and we include the village into that process.
Love that. You said so many things that I want to pull on. But one thing that stood out to me, and I just want to commend you, the hired help part. Because I feel like in our community, a lot of times that gets frowned upon, especially if it's not like family or something. It's okay to hire people to help you, especially in this unique situation, and especially if you can. Like, relying on a village is great, but sometimes you just need the extra cushion to know that if grandma can't come and auntie can't come, auntie Felicia can't come, you have things set into place where at least we have a structure that we can follow.
Yes.
How do
And that
you, no, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that honestly has made life so much easier knowing that we do have a lot of family and friends who are available to step in. But if we rely on them, it's in an emergency setting. And usually they're ready to step in because they're not burnt out from helping us all the time. And we have that hired help who is on time and, they have their schedule. And so it really just makes things a lot easier.
That's great. I also heard it just sounds like a lot of calendaring and project management. Like, y'all are running a whole corporation in that
Oh my God.
household.
We are.
So when
We
you guys
are.
come to the table and it's not just career and the children, and so you want to go out to brunch with your friends and he wants to go out for drinks with him. how do you guys meet in the middle? Like, who takes the L
Oh,
sometimes? Like, what happens? Is it rock, paper, scissors?
it's a lot. It's hard because, there are months where I have more plans and I have more things going on, and there's times when he's Mr. Social and he has all these events and outings to go to. And so I think because we both work really hard, we both value that time where we can chill and, catch up with friends. So we just try to make it work. And
Yeah.
so we try to just be understanding. We try to just suck it up. It's your night with the kids and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think again, the fact that we do have help, we can call my mom if we both have plans. She'll step in for a night. I have sisters around, I have a grandmother. And sometimes that hired help is going to get a little overtime because we both have plans. And so I feel that, incorporating that into the budget has been helpful and just being communicative about these plans
Yeah.
so that we're not stressed out at the last minute.
No, I totally get that. Now, outside, I know I like jokingly, tongue in cheek, mention like going out for brunch, but
Yes.
I think about how both of you guys are still pretty early in your careers, right? How do you guys approach making career decisions as a family?
So, I think that we are both extremely supportive of each other and our careers and the goals and dreams that we have. And so he knows where I'm trying to go in my career. I know where he's trying to go. And so I think now that we are parents, we try to really go through these decisions together. While it might be a great career opportunity, it might not be good for our family. It might not be a good fit. And I think having that mindset of family first
Mm,
helps us in making those decisions. And so, if there are times where he wants to do something, but it's going to require a lot more on me, that's a conversation that we need to have. Well, who's going to be helping me while you're out doing X, Y, and Z? And so, as long as we can figure out a way to still have balance, I think we're both very comfortable and very happy with supporting one another for those next career moves.
awesome. That's awesome that you guys have come to a place where, everyone's career matters and no one feels like, I mean, I feel like there's strategy, right? To be strategic, to be like, if both of you guys are trying to do something top heavy or requires a certain amount of attention, you have to think about how that impacts the family as a whole. So it's great to see that you guys like are really thoughtful in that process. And as your children become older, you're going to have to start considering their needs as well too, because now these kids, their social calendars are more busy than ours, their school, extracurricular, all those
I love
things.
it.
Do you
Oh,
feel like because the two of you have these busy schedules that impacts the children's like social or like how their day-to-day goes in any way?
I don't think so. I mean, on one hand, I will say they are at school all day. They are
Reminds
there,
me?
you know, they are part of aftercare. So
Yes.
they are, it's an extended day for everyone. And you know what? He just acts like he went to work and had overtime. He's
Oh,
like,
so
I'm so
tired.
tired. I'm like, okay, boy. But in terms of like their social, again, all of these things are a priority. I've shifted things around with my work schedule so that I am available on weekends. So
Mhm.
they really don't miss much.
Yeah,
Like they
that's
go to every
awesome.
party. They're in a lot of extracurriculars. So we make it work.
That's pretty good. Like me, like my daughter right now is talking about water polo, which meets like 3 times a week, including a weekend. I'm like, child, unless you could take the bus by yourself until you can get there to and fro, I can't do it. And it's harder because it's like, especially for me having two and being a single mom, I have to think about what do I do with the other child when I'm trying to entertain one child with one thing. But
I'm
just thinking about like what exactly do we do in that instance, but I often have to like be strategic as well on like, all right, here's what I can do and here's what I can't do.
right. Right.
Okay, both of you guys, you're Dr. Mom and Dr. Dad. But we all know in this world, the children come to mom. How how do you, I don't want to say train the children, but how do you communicate to the children that their needs can be met by both parents? Even though you might be preferred, if
Mhm.
both of you guys are in the house, they will walk by one parent to
Mhm.
come to the furthest parent to ask them for the juice. What do you do in that situation?
Oh my gosh. I think it's just reiterating like daddy's here too. Daddy wants to help you. Daddy wants to read with you. Daddy
Mhm.
wants to do this with you. It's daddy's turn now.
Daddy's turn. I say
And
off the clock. My kids hate it. I do that when my mom comes to help. As soon as my mom is anywhere in the vicinity, my children can't ask me for anything. They're like, Mom, I'm like, I am off the
off,
clock.
off duty. And I think also just telling them it's mommy's time now. Mommy needs a break right now, just being transparent with them. And for the most part, they get it. Zane, he'll hit me with the, well, I guess you don't want me, or,
Oh, thank you. They're
he'll,
good. They're
he'll try
good. They're
one of
good.
those. I'm like, boy, if you don't go, what's your daddy?
You're like,
But
uh-huh.
they have a good time with him. He's a disciplinarian, but he's also a fun
Fun
dad.
dad. He is. I've seen it.
So I just encourage them. Keep on encouraging.
Yeah,
Just
just go. Just go. All
listen.
right. And then the other side of that is, you've ever experienced like the mom guilt based on like not making it to something or being tired, snappy? Like, I feel mom guilt. I don't want to play. You want to play? Not really. I'm tired.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think now with my third, I feel a little less guilt because I just know I'm stretched thin and I'm
Yeah,
doing my
doing
best.
the best.
I'm doing my b I'm at almost everything. I feel like I'm at Noah's school every week. There's something and I am
Something.
there. I am there. So if, 9 times out of 10 I can make it and that one time I can't be there, he's gonna have to understand.
Yeah.
And so, I do feel it from time to time, but less so because I know I've shifted things on my end so that I can be there for them. And I'm doing my best. I really, really
And
am.
you're doing great. If let me say it out loud, you're doing great. You're an amazing family. You're an amazing
Thank you.
mother. And I have the pleasure of knowing that you come from an amazing mother as well. So, one of the questions I did want to ask was, what have you learned from your pro mama? Because when I think about your mom, she's so dynamic. Like, hello. And I know sometimes we don't give our mama credit, or we don't want to let them know they're cool,
Mm,
or we know this,
mhm.
but what have you learned from mom?
Yes, I mean she's pretty amazing. I do remind her of that every now and then. I'll shoot her that text like, "Thank you. Thank you for everything." She went through a lot as a single mom. She was in law school with 2
Yes, that's what
kids.
I wanted you to get to, girl. She did it.
She really did it, and so from watching her example, just know that anything that I want to do, I can do.
Yes.
So I just have that mindset. Like there's nothing that's impossible. There is no, limit to what I can accomplish. And so I feel as though if I want to take my kids somewhere, we're going to do it. If we're going to travel across the world, I'm going to figure out a way that we can do it. If there's something that I want to expose my kids to, I'm going to figure out how.
Yes.
If I want to get to the next level with my career, it's possible. So I think
That's
just
all your
watch
mom.
that's all my mom. She does not understand no. She's different.
Yes.
She's very different. So I think she's just given me that confidence. And so I think in a lot of ways I'm like her. Like I make shit shake. Like I make things happen. Like I really do try to find a way to, give my kids things that maybe I never had.
Yeah, I feel like
Um,
we be overcompensating, girl. But I think that we learned that from our moms to really give the
Absolutely.
experiences. Like, it might not, it's like we'll travel. We probably not gonna be at the top hotel, but we still there. Like,
We're
we're
still there.
there.
We're still
We're
there.
still there. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking like our parents are friends. And when I think about your mom and just hearing her story, I remember when I was going through my divorce and I was like, all right, child. You see what I did? I was a single mom too. I got 2 kids, like, and she just like kind of shook me up to be
Yeah,
like, you can do it. I did it. And what I love about her is like her fearlessness. She like, oh, we can do it. I'm like, there's no way. And she's like, what
yeah,
you mean? I'm like,
yeah,
there's no way. And she
yeah.
always figures it out, or she'll always encourage you to be like, you'll figure it out.
Exactly. And she did it with a lot less, with less money, less
Yeah.
resources,
Yeah.
less help. And so because, we live in abundance. We have
Yes.
so much. We have exposure. We have
We
connections.
have
And
connections.
so there's really no limit.
Yeah.
If we want to start a business, we can start a business. We want to, have our child go to this special program, we're going to figure
We'll
out a
figure it
way.
out.
And so because of that, I've been given a lot. And so I know I have to go even above and beyond for my own kids.
Yeah.
And I know that it's possible.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We could talk for days. But before we get into like our pro mama essentials, the last question that I did want to ask is what do you want your children to recognize about you as a pro mama? Like they're little, they might not notice it now, but what do you think you want them to take from watching you also go after your career and dreams?
I think, I definitely want them to have like my sense of determination. I feel as though, they're going to be given so much more than what I have, but I still want them to go after things with that same strength and determination. Like, I don't want them to ever feel like entitled to things. I want them to, be passionate and go after their dreams. And so I hope that,
Ooh.
just by watching me, some of that will rub off on them.
I can. Okay. Being that you have a pretty amazing career and you are indeed a pro mama, what do you want your children to learn about you as a pro mama as they observe you?
Hey, that's a great question. And so, I think about this kind of often. I feel that my boys, they're given a lot more than what I had growing up. And I never want them to be like entitled or feel they don't have to work hard for stuff. So I hope that by observing me and watching me, that they will get some of that same determination and grit to go after their own dreams and aspirations. I really do hope that for them. And then I also want them to see that everything that I'm doing for them is intentional. You know what I
Oof.
mean? I really,
Yes.
really hope that when they look back on their childhood, they can say, my mom worked really hard, but when she was home, she was present. And the things that she did for us, the places she took us, they were all intentional. She listened to what our interests were and she really tried to, give us the best. And so I really hope that they see it. Yeah.
Yes, like I'd say the same thing. My kids, like
Yeah.
for example, my kids go to swim every
Mhm.
Sunday and they complain about it every Sunday. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Like you're gonna do it. But
Yep.
I'm like, you're gonna thank me one day, you're gonna thank me one day. And my daughter was able to go to overnight camp for the second year in a row. And the
Nice.
first thing when we went, and they were like, she's an exceptional swimmer. The first thing when they emailed, they were like, everyone takes a swim test. And they were like, she aced the swim test. And I was like, and then she's
Yes.
like, oh, okay,
Exactly.
fine.
Thank you, mom. Thank
Thank you,
you.
mom. Thank you, mom. They see it later and they're like, okay. Or like when I'm making them do those workbooks, they're like, why do we gotta do this? It says, one grade above. I'm like, so when you get to that grade, you now looking confused. And then when they
Exactly.
get to it, they're like, oh, they went through this in class. I already knew it. And I'm like,
Exactly.
didn't that feel good? Didn't that
Exactly.
feel good?
Yes.
So yes, hopefully my mother's favorite thing is ungrateful children, but hopefully we're raising some grateful or
Right.
kick in at some point
Yes,
that they
please,
they will
please.
be
Yes.
grateful. That is amazing. This was such a great conversation, but I don't want us to get off without going through some pro mama essentials. So one of the questions I'm going to ask is, what is your favorite pro mama tip? Like a
Mm,
parenting hack. It can even be something like a Dr. Mom hack. Anything you want to give us, we'll take it.
mm. I don't know. I mean, okay, I think for me, what has made like motherhood nice is really tapping into my village.
Mhm.
And also just sort of acknowledging that what I thought the village would be is not
Ooh.
quite the village. And so I thought my grandmother was gonna be moving in here. She's like
Oh,
not leaving
they
the
be
Bronx. She's
lying. They
like,
be lying.
girl, that's not happening. Um,
Versus bring them, come. Have
exactly,
all the kids.
exactly.
I'll watch them. Then it's like, who?
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And but I've tapped into new mom friends. I've tapped
Yes.
into mom friends at school, which has
Mhm.
been, surprisingly very nice to have.
Yep.
I've tapped into best friends. Like my best friend, she lives walking distance from Noah's school. So she's
Oh,
on
that's
the pickup
awesome.
list. And then, like I said, I took that leap in finding help, hired help. None of us grew up with that, right? So I'm spending those
Get the
coins,
help. Get the
but
help.
I have someone who I trust, who shows my kids love, who's reliable, who, treats me kindly when I'm running
Yeah.
late and I'm trying to get home. And so I think it has really helped me, on this motherhood journey, just having that extra help and just
Yes.
not feeling bad about it.
No, let them judge. They're gonna judge. Like I said, my one luxury is that I've started sending out my laundry and I have my groceries delivered.
Yes, I
My
love.
mother's like, you gonna let somebody wash your
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Why not? Why not?
And then she's like, I could do it. Okay, come. Because I don't remember the last time you came to my house and do laundry. Oh no, okay, no
Right.
problem.
No,
And then she'll be
I
like,
love
this was
that.
a good idea. I'm
It's
like,
it's an
yeah, I
amazing idea
know.
because as we speak, I am up to my neck in loads and loads of laundry, and it's
Well,
it's
that's how you.
ridiculous.
This is a whole nother. This needs to be studied because even
Yes.
though I get my laundry done, folded, and dropped off, it still takes me days to put it away. Because then I gotta find the drawer space. Then I gotta see if it still fits.
Mhm.
I gotta.
Mhm.
It still is a
Yeah.
project.
It's a
Laundry is meant
project.
to hold us back. I
And
promise. It's a
no, and if
conspiracy.
if you're not careful, then you don't know what's clean, what's dirty, and then it's
And you
it's
just
it's
do
a
it all
mess.
over again. My funniest joke is like my my funniest joke is the gentleman who does my laundry. He's like, when I first started going to him, he's like, "How many kids do you have?" I'm like, "2." And he's like, They got 20 pairs of years in there. I'm
That
like,
is hilarious.
"Okay." Okay, all right. What about an act of self-care that you choose? I've been doing my nails. I gave it up a little bit, but then I realized I like doing my nails. So
Felicia, this is hard because I like it all.
you
No,
like
I like
the
it all. If I was rich, I would
things?
do it all. But I try to do something nice like once a week. And so
Ooh,
I
I
I
love
might switch it up.
that.
So, I like when my nails are done. When your nails are done, you really do
You
feel
feel
good. You feel
good.
so good.
The feminists are gonna come for us, but I don't care. I like to look
I love
good.
it.
I feel
It's
good.
nice. So, I might do my nails. I might go for a massage. I might, go to a Pilates class and like look cute doing it. But I
We need a
try to
date.
do something once a week, like one
I love
thing
that.
once a week.
One thing once a week. I'm gonna take that. And do you have any non-negotiable? Like, I don't give up my son. I don't do anything on Sundays. Like, I know I hate it asking people to do this on Sundays, but
Mm.
some people's non-negotiable is like, girl, don't ask me for nothing on a Sunday.
What has been new for me is like one weekend a month. I have no plans. I don't really know if that's self-care, but like one
It
weekend a
is.
month, I'm like, nope. It doesn't matter who it is, my mom, my sister. Nope. Like I have
Is it
this
a
weekend.
consistent weekend
Was
or you change it up?
I change it up. It just
All
depends on
right.
like
It
what's
depends
going
on the
on. But I'm
all
like,
right.
I need a weekend to sit here and enjoy my mortgage and to put my
Mm-hmm.
feet up and
Yes,
put my little robe
absolutely.
on and be comfortable. Because I just feel like I'm all over the place. Like I'm at kids' parties, I'm at brunch, I'm in the Bronx, I'm in New Jersey, and it's always something. And I think you and I are similar. Like we have a lot of friends. We like to
Yeah.
show up and be present and just be there for people. I think we both enjoy that. But I also enjoy like quiet time. I like stillness. I like to sit with my coffee. I like to write in my journal. So
Oh,
one weekend a month, I try to keep free if possible. If possible. It's hard.
see, We could talk forever.
Yes,
I
yes.
really do feel blessed because just like trying to see this project come to light, I'm like, so as a pro mom was like, I don't gotta go far. I can't
Yes,
wait to expand this community. But I just sit back and
absolutely.
think, I watch it. We don't speak every day and we don't get to praise each other
Mhm,
every day. But
mhm.
like watching another mom win always
Yeah,
makes me feel good.
yeah.
Thanks to the magic of like social media or
Yes.
check-ins or our moms telling us.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
great to hear all the new things that's going on. And I'm just
Yes.
so proud of you.
Thank
I used
you.
to be I used to be the pro mama because I was the one with two kids. But now you beat me. So I think you
Well,
pro. I think
I
you
have to say that as a pro mom, you have helped me a lot. I'm like, okay, well, what did Felicia do? And Felicia said this, and Felicia sent me this. And so if Felicia did it, I'm good. And so you have helped me a lot, and I can go down the
thank
list. So I
you.
thank you so, so, so much for who you are, to me, to my family, to, everyone that you're around. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you. This is awesome. And yeah, I love this. I can't wait to look back. We're gonna look back at this years past and be like, oh, we was chatting about these kids and our mamas.
Hmm.
So thank you once
Yes.
again.
You're
Thank you for joining the
welcome.
Pro Mama community.
You're so welcome.
Please continue to be amazing, raise amazing boys, and continue to flourish as a Brooklynite, as as you're doing. And I love it, and I will always cheer for you.